Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Hello, and welcome once again to the Tri-State Denver Buddhist Temple's Sunday YouTube service. This is the service for September 12th, 2021. We are so glad you could come and join us in hearing and sharing the Buddha Dharma. Thank you very much. Service order for today will be Sanbutsuge. You can find Sanbutsuge on page 53 in the Blue Denver Service Book. Followed by that, we'll have a reading of the Jodo Shinshu Creed. You can find the Jodo Shinshu Creed written in the description below this video. We'll then have a Dharma talk in English. Once again, we want to thank you so much for coming and joining us here at the Tri-State Denver Buddhist Temple. And as a little bit of a PSA today, I want to let you guys know that I got my third COVID shot this week. And I'll tell you what, I feel great and happy that I can go out and protect everyone else around me. So if you get the opportunity, please know that this is an option. And you can do all you can to protect other people, like wearing masks and getting your vaccine. And if you like this video and others like it, please feel free to hit the subscribe down below and hit the like button. And we'll see you again here next week. And remember, you are always in Amida's light. Kogen gigi ijin mungoku nyoze enmyo muyo tosha nichingan mani shuko enyo kai shi non pei yunyaku jumok nyorai yongen chose murin shogaku daion koru jipo kaimon shojin sammai chie itoku muyo shusho keu jintai zennen shonbun hokai gujin jin no kugo gaitai mumyo yokunu seison yomu nin no shishi jin toku muyo kukun kondai chie jinmyo komyo iso shindo daisen ganga sambun zai shou ho kado shoji mi fu gedan fu se joi kainin shojin nyoze sam 三知恵以上五世特分不行心安一切空空一切大安決し有無百千億万無用大小修行五者供養一切使徒諸文不如愚道賢聖不客非如五者諸文世界不不可け無種洗脳光明師匠変死諸国如是精進一人難容容が三分国土第一五種奇妙道場超然国如内安二無闘争ガトアミン道南一切自母来生新年少女一通学校慶楽阿南公文神妙善が心象本願の日力少々欲自母生存知恵無下浄土子孫知が信用けど心地食読中学業精進年中不敬しくどく平等性一切と本菩提心往生安楽 Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda 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 Butsu. Namanda. Please join me in Gassho for a reading of the Jodo Shinshu Creed, which you can find in the description below this video. Jodo Shinshu Creed. I put my trust in the vow of Amida Buddha. Reciting Namo Amida Butsu, let us live life to the utmost with strength and joy. I look to the light of Amida Buddha. Constantly reflecting upon myself, let us strive to live a life of gratitude. I shall follow the teaching of Amida Buddha. Awakening to the right path, let us share the true Dharma with others. I rejoice in the compassion of Amida Buddha. Mutually respecting and aiding each other, let us endeavor to work for the good of all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Please join me in Gassho as I read from the Jodo Wasan, the Wasan on the Pure Land. This is the 82nd Wasan. Jippo mijin sekai no nembutsu no shoujo o misanowashi sesshu shite sute zareba amida to nazuke tate matsururu. Watching over the followers of the Nembutsu, in the world of the 10 quarters, as numerous as death's particle, he embraces them and does not forsake. Hence, he is called Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you once again for joining us here at Tri-State Denver Buddhist Temple. I love the Jodo Wasan. It's verses written by Shinran about the Pure Land. So translated into English is the Hymns on the Pure Land. And this particular translation is the Ryokoku translation series. So it's really nice because it's got the kanji, it's got Japanese, and it's got English in it. And you're able to really take a close look at the different wasans. This one that I read today comes from the Midakyo no Kokoro section. So these are 5 verses on the import of the smaller sutra. And the reason I picked it today is because of one word. And that word comes in the 3rd line. Sesshu. Sesshu. And the word sesshu alone, the kanji alone, means to take in. To take in. And so in this context, sesshu shite sute zareba, he embraces them and does not forsake. This is a very important concept in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. And so there are 2 phrases that are often used within Jodo Shinshu, which start with sesshu, sesshu. And the first one is sesshu fusha, sesshu fusha. And this is grasped and never to be abandoned. Grasped and never to be abandoned. And the second one is sesshu no komyo. Sesshu no komyo. And that is Amida's light which envelops. Amida's light which envelops. So here, Shinran writes, watching over the followers of the Nembutsu, in the worlds of the 10 quarters as numerous as dust particles, he embraces them and does not forsake. Hence he is called Amida. So, Amida, immeasurable. The Buddha of immeasurable compassion. The Buddha of immeasurable enlightenment. The Buddha of immeasurable light. Ko. So, I think there's some really important parts in this wasan. I personally like in the worlds of the 10 quarters as numerous as dust particles. Minjin sekai. Minjin or rahas in Sanskrit means dust motes or particles. This whole phrase means as numerous as molecules. So this concept gives us an idea of just how vast Amida's grasp is. So it's not one place or one time. It is all places in all times. It is the teaching that is perfect for all people in all circumstances because it is universal. The universal vow, the vow for all beings in all situations. And I think that situations aspect is very important. So I think we all have those moments in our lives where we are solidly, in our judgment, a solid person, a good person. We're going to do something amazing. We, stop our cars so the ducks can walk across. There's a lot of car references I do lately. But we stop your car, ducks walk across. We leave out treats for animals. We do what we can to make people's lives better. But there's also moments where we're, maybe not as solid. We do something that is only in our own self-interest. We are greedy, we are selfish, we are ignorant, and that's okay because we are Bombu, we are beings of greed, anger, and ignorance. We are human. It's okay. It's who you are. But Amida-sama, the Buddha of immeasurable compassion, Amida, immeasurable, grasps you and never abandons you. Grasps you and never abandons you. Sesshu Fusha. Sesshu Fusha. You are grasped and never abandoned. It doesn't matter what happens in your life. You are grasped and never abandoned. It doesn't matter if good things or bad things happen. You are grasped and never abandoned. It doesn't matter if you are a saint or a sinner, if you are a great person or a bad person, if you are however we want to qualify you, you are grasped and never abandoned. Once you say the Nembutsu and you take it deeply into your heart, you think with singleness of mind, oh, I need your help, Amida-sama. I need the assistance of the immeasurable, compassionate one, of Hotoke-sama, of the Buddha that is there for me. You are grasped and never abandoned. Sesshu Fusha. And that comes about by Sesshu no Komyo, Amida's light which envelops. Amida's light which envelops. No matter where you are and what you're doing, no matter what's happening and where you think the world is going, no matter whether things are good or bad, whether there's conflict or not, Sesshu no Komyo, Amida's light will envelop you. It is the light that reaches all places. Jippo Minjin Seke no, watching over the followers of the Nembutsu. No matter where you go, you are watched over by Amida-sama. This is not something that is transient. We're transient human beings. We're impermanent. We are both good and bad at all times. But the compassion that comes from Amida Buddha is constant. It is a thing that grasps you and never abandons you. Namanda, it's namanda, it's namanda, it's namanda, it's namanda. There are a lot of really good stories about this. None of them are mine. And I think it's always worth going out and finding them and reading them on your own, because if I tell them to you, it's going to be from one perspective. But reading stories about people who are grasped and never abandoned, who have done great things and horrible things, and then go, oh, it didn't matter because Namo Amida Butsu worked for me. It works because it works, not because of anything I do. Finding that for yourself, I think, is very important. A teacher guides, but the student must learn. And for all of us, Amida-sama is our great teacher, is the person that we have to look at, is the Buddha. That person, the Buddha, that we must look at deeply in order to understand Namo Amida Butsu. Have that relationship and understand Namo Amida Butsu. And then, Sesshu Fusha, I will be grasped, never to be abandoned. Namandabits, 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 namandabits. So, we read the Jodo Shinshu Creed earlier in service. And the creed goes, I put my trust in the vow of Amida Buddha. Reciting Namo Amida Butsu, let us live life to the utmost with strength and joy. I look to the light of Amida Buddha, constantly reflecting upon myself. Let us strive to live a life of gratitude. I shall follow the teachings of Amida Buddha. Awakening to the right path, let us share the true Dharma with others. I rejoice in the compassion of Amida Buddha. Mutually respecting and aiding others, let us endeavor to work for the good of all. And when you think about this and read this and listen to this creed, think of it with the mind of Sesshu Fusha. You are grasped, never to be abandoned. The first line, I put my trust in the vow of Amida Buddha. That's the end right there. You are grasped, never to be abandoned. You put your trust entirely in the vow of Amida Buddha. You don't look towards your own power and your own ability to liberate yourself from samsara, from this ocean of birth and death, but rather you look to Amida and say, Namo Amida Butsu, Amida Sama, I am so grateful. Thank you. And you say the Nembutsu of gratitude. I put my trust in the vow of Amida Buddha, reciting Namo Amida Butsu, let us live life to the utmost with strength and joy. You can do that because you are always, always in Amida's grasp. You are always in Amida's workings. I look to the light of Amida Buddha. Sesshu no komyo, the light which envelops. I look to this light because I am in this light. Once I know I am grasped, never being abandoned, I see Amida's light everywhere. And I'm like, I can help people feel good too. I can help people hear Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And they will have the great joy that I will. They will be my fellow travelers. Because as we allow people to see that they're on the path, and as we enable that, we all become equally grasped. Sesshu Fusha. It doesn't matter if you're by yourself or you're with 1,000 people, you're grasped in the exact same way. Sesshu Fusha. So let's do it all together, because it's better to be together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. So thank you all for joining us here once again on Tri-State Denver Buddhist Temple's YouTube channel and for this Dharma talk. And I'm going to close again once more with this passage from the Jodo Wasan. Please join me in Gassho. Jippo mijin seki no nembutsu no shoujo o misanawashi sesshu shite sute zareba Amida no nazuke tate matsururu. The import of the smaller sutra. Watching over followers of the Nembutsu and the world of the 10 quarters, as numerous as dust particles, he embraces them and does not forsake. Hence, he is called Amida. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu.